Hello, my little cucumbers, and welcome back to the Coop'd Up podcast. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are alive and well after this wonderful, wonderful Halloween month. It is now November, and it is time for the holidays. As soon as Halloween ends, everyone's like, holidays, 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 Christmas. Everyone skips Thanksgiving, but what about Christmas? Everyone's like, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. But what about Thanksgiving? Okay? Thanksgiving, food, yum. But I am here. We are going to talk about our Halloween, okay? So this is probably going to be part 1 of 2 for my Halloween special because I did a lot. And I need to tell you guys all about it. So first, we're going to do a what are you wearing? I was going to say, what the fuck are you wearing? We are going to do a what are you wearing? I am wearing my Uggies. I'm wearing a green sweatsuit. Okay, I don't even know where I got it from. It's probably like H&M from like 4 years ago. Oh, I lied because the pants are Nike. The sweater is H&M, but the pants are Nike. But I am comfortably, I'm comfortable, okay? So Halloween week, where should we start? Last Sunday, I did Vogue World Hollywood. There isn't really much to talk about for that, my friends, besides the fact that I stood outside of Vogue Hollywood. I thought that I was going to be able to be in the back of paparazzi pics for models. I dressed super cute. I thought I was going to be able to sneak in. Wrong. If you're trying to sneak in, I forgot that you should wear all black. So you can dress as if you're like a makeup artist, a hairstylist, a caterer. Anyone who's wearing all black has a much easier time sneaking into these red carpet events. And I dressed like someone who was attending the event. So I didn't get in, but I did get to stand outside and see some stuff, which was interesting. Wasn't too interesting. It was honestly a bust, but at least I got to stand outside and I got to see what it looked like and everything. And one day, hopefully, I'll actually be able to attend something like that. So that was my Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we worked. Busy, always working. I put in my last episode about how I work 7 days a week, so we were working. But Wednesday, good old WeHo Wednesday. We had a moderately chill WeHo Wednesday, had a couple Topo Chicos, and we went about the town. I think Wednesday was more so just a super chill, let's test the vibes for what the week is going to be. Everybody was acting normal, surprisingly. WeHo Wednesdays are typically weird. People tend to get weird. But WeHo Wednesday was surprisingly normal, I guess. Alan and I went out, we shot some content, and I feel like that is a lot of what my WeHo Wednesdays will be consisting of most of the time. It's just going out for content purposes, whether or not we are taking content or I need stuff to talk about for you guys. So Wednesday was super chill, but Thursday this is what I actually want to talk to you guys about, because this is like the prelude to the Halloween shenanigans, okay? And this is what I find to be so funny about men nowadays. So my friend Aruba, she invited me out to a Halloween party on Thursday that she was invited to by some of her friends. And it was very last minute. I didn't have a costume. She didn't have a costume. So we went as Kim and Kanye. She literally looks like a Kardashian, so all she had to do is just get dressed. And I brought over some of my Skims for her to try on so she can wear it as her Kardashian outfit. And I dressed up as Kanye, so we were Kim and Kanye pre-divorce, pre-shenanigans, and honestly we killed the fits. So we went out to this place called Glen Wolf. I'm not sure. Honestly, I need to start looking up where I'm going instead of just showing up. But we went to this place called Wolf Glen. And I picked up her and her friend from her house. And we went, and it was quite interesting. To say the least. So, because she was just as Kim Kardashian, she's honestly one of, if not the baddest bitch in the party when we went. And it was so funny. All the guys were like gawking at her. And this is the story that I wanted to talk about. And I got her permission. I asked her already if I can talk about this. And she said yes because of how ridiculous it was. So, when we got there, we met up with some of her friends, okay? One of her friends was like hitting on her mad hard, okay? Like flirting, was like asking her all these questions. It's funny because guys, I was dressed like Kanye, so I was giving straight vibes. And it's funny whenever I show up to places with a girl because guys don't necessarily, depending on how I'm dressed, guys don't know our relationship, and so they always try and feel it out and test it out, especially if they're interested in my friends. And so he was like asking a whole bunch of questions, but I'm pretty sure he figured it out pretty quickly that definitely weren't together. And so he started like flexing on her and trying to like flex in front of me. He was like, oh, let me buy everybody drinks. And then he like looked at her and he was like, do you want any food? And was like, I'm gonna buy you pizza. He bought us a round of all espresso martinis, like me, her other friend that we showed up with, who's straight, and then like his friends, and then he bought her a pizza, and it was so fucking funny. This is what I wanted to talk about. So once he bought all of this stuff, right, we're sitting there, we're chilling, we're drinking our espresso martinis, we're eating the pizza. He's not eating anything, and he goes to her. He goes, so you have the next round of espresso martinis, right? And she looks at him and she's like, what? And he was like, yeah, I just bought you pizza. I just bought you espresso martinis. Like, you got to pay for the next round. And I was standing right there and I was literally like, ooh. I like grabbed I like looked at my phone really quickly, and she was like, why would I do that? And he was like, I just bought you all of these things. And she was like, yeah. She's like, you're a man. But also at the same time, she's like, that is not like courteous. Like, if you want me to like buy the rounds, like I will buy them on my own free will. Like, you don't tell somebody to get the next rounds. But also, you're a man. Like, you're trying to impress me. Like, why are you asking me to buy you espresso martinis? And so then he looks at me and he was like, do you not agree with me? Like, get your Kardashian. And I looked at him and I was like, because like I didn't agree with him. I agree with her, because where is chivalry? Chivalry is dead nowadays. Why are guys asking girls to buy them drinks? Make that make sense. If you're a man and you're trying to impress a female and her friends and you're buying them drinks and food and stuff like that, please, for the love of God, do not turn around and ask her to buy you drinks, because that is asinine. That is crazy. For me, I know for me, right? When I'm dating somebody, if they are older than me, and this is for gay dating, gay math in my mindset, okay? If someone is older than me and I'm dating them and I go out with them and my friends and they are paying for drinks for me and my friends and stuff like that, maybe I'll buy you a drink, but like, you're trying to impress me and my friends. Like, you better not be asking me to pay. Like, I'll pay on my own free will, like I said earlier, but do not ask me to pay, because I will look at you like a bum ass bitch. Because I just feel like guys should know when you're approaching somebody that you're interested in, if you look at them and they don't look like the average person that you tend to go for, then you better come correct. Like, I'm confused. Like, it was just so funny. And she didn't buy espresso martinis, and he ended up buying us another round of espresso martinis. So I was so confused, because I'm like, why are you asking her to pay for drinks and then you're turning around and buying us more drinks? Like, what was the point of that? So I mean, overall, that was fun. Like, we had a good time, but I just thought it was so funny that there was a man asking her to buy him drinks. And then, like, maybe not even like 10 minutes later, we were bopping around the venue that we were in, and this British man had like a section and he saw my friend, and so he invited her over to the section, and then he invited, like, since he invited her, I went with her, and we were sitting in this man's section with free bottle service, free everything, and he was just giving it away, not asking questions, offering me stuff, and I was just like, this is how you do it, okay? You're trying to impress the girl and her friends. You just do it and you don't ask questions and you just ball like a baller, bro. And I was telling her, I was like, this is the men that you need to go for, not the men who are asking you for money for espresso martinis. You need the ones who have sections, who are inviting you and your friends to the section and asking you guys how your night's been and can I get you anything else. That is who you need to surround yourself with. And so we honestly, I don't even know how much longer we stayed after that. Well, actually, I ended up leaving and Aruba stayed with her other friend and they stayed at the venue. But I was like, my dude, you can't be asking people for that shit. That's crazy. Excuse me? Excuse me. No way, Jose. And I just knew, like, once that happened, that Halloween was going to be interesting. Just in a sense of, like, I'm like, this is what we're dealing with this weekend. Like, this is the vibes that we're going to be accumulating, acquiring. Because if we have men out here the day before Halloween asking bitches to pay, well, yeah, asking bitches to pay for their shit, then, like, nah, fam. But overall, the week leading up has been fun and fresh and interesting. I found out that I can tell you, I'm trying to figure out which direction to go in first. My Halloween costume, it's funny. So I didn't tell you guys about how my costume that I found out on Thursday as well. So my Halloween costume for Halloween weekend, I ordered it a week and a half advance, express shipped it, and I was going to be the Green Lantern. I got this bodysuit. It was going to be skin tight. I was going to look hot tamale on fire. And so I ordered this suit and it came in and they sent me a triple XL and not a small. Let me repeat that. They sent me a triple XL and not a small. So my Halloween costume was kaput. I literally didn't have my original Halloween costume that I needed for the weekend, so I had to express ship another costume to my apartment for me to be something else for Friday. And honestly, that worked out, but like that was stressful in itself, and I should have known, like, Thursday's energy just between like the wrong costume coming and like when we went out, like it was a shame though. I honestly, if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you would have seen the video that I posted of me crying about my costume not fitting because I was literally that upset because I was like, my Halloween is ruined. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't have a costume. How am I supposed to get a new costume in just a few hours, like a day? But that worked out to its best as it could, which I'm happy with. I'll give you guys another update this week. I did find out that my crush on the guy that I have on in my building, I found out that he's straight. I remember I was telling you guys I couldn't tell if he was gay or if he's straight. I found out that he's straight because I asked there's these two gay older couple in my building and they've lived here for a while, and I know that the crush in my building, he's lived here for a while. So I saw the gay couple at the coffee machine in the morning one of the days throughout the week, and I was like, oh my god, you guys, I was like, I keep seeing my crush everywhere, like I love him. And they were like, And I actually don't love you, by the way. I'm going to call him Paul. Paul, I don't love you because I know you're probably going to see this because you're probably going to see this. Hopefully not. But if you do, I don't love you. I just thought you were hot. But now I know you're straight. So the gay older couple confirmed it for me. I was like, my crush, I keep talking to him and they're like, who's your crush now? And I was like, my crush doesn't change. Like, it's just the same person. I was like, I can't tell if he's gay or if he's straight. Like, he has nail polish on his toes. It's very like metrosexual. And like, we are in California, but like, I grew up in Florida and like, that is some gay shit. And it also gives like trying to like hide, like, mask presenting but still gay. And I was telling him this and then they were like, no, he's straight, he's just very comfortable with himself. And I was like, you guys, this is not fair to me. Even though I don't eat where I shit because I wouldn't hook up with anybody in my building, but I was just like, this is not fair. Like, I no longer, it's just like eye candy, right? Like, I just like having a nice tall man to look at. And now that I know that he's straight, I mean, I could have assumed that he was straight just by the way he dresses. But now that I know that he's straight, it's just like not as much as like of an eye candy for me anymore. So now I'm going to have to find someone else in my building that is gay because then I can just be like, oh, what if? I think it's the what ifs for me because I don't find myself being like mentally attracted to a lot of people. I feel like I need a lot of mental stimulation, and my problem is that I find guys and I'm like oh, I'm attracted to you, but most of the time there's no like mental stimulation for me. So I have to go on to the next one. He did invite me out for Halloween to his job, which I could have gone, but I didn't. And I was just like, what are you gonna be? You're gonna be my husband for Halloween? I need to stop because he probably is going to see this low key. That is my prelude to Halloween. I feel like next week is you guys are gonna get all of the real juicy tea details from like Friday to Sunday of like back-to-back activities and the things that we were doing and the miles and the shoes that we were walking in. But I wanted to give you guys just a small little prelude of the week and all the things that were happening, all the cutesy things that transpired throughout my work week. And it's funny because like I said, I've been telling people all the time now that I work 7 days a week, the time that I'm not working is spent trying to fill it with activities and things, and so I am feeling it's like I have time slots. My life is one big time slot of a podcast. That's truly what it feels like. What am I doing every day before I come and sit down and do a podcast episode? So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of what was going on for the week before you hear about what happened for Halloween. As always, you guys can like, subscribe, share, comment, follow, and stay tuned for next week's episode because that episode is going to be a lot more juicier than this one. You guys stay safe, recover. It's November. Get ready for Thanksgiving, and we will prepare ourselves for next week. Okay? Bye, guys.